Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Could play the whole song, but I won't. Anyhow, happy Sunday to everybody out there, and happy birthday weekend. I think his birthday's tomorrow. Joe Walsh, Uncle Joe Walsh. Um, what can you say? Hey, anyways, yeah, another later one for me. Been busy, doing busy stuff. Had some problems in the house here. The heat was out and stuff like that, so I had to get that fixed. It's not really fixed. Houses are never 100% fixed, are they? You homeowners out there, never. There's always something. There's always something you can, you know, feed money into the house. Yeah. It's this world of this world that they've made us think that this is a good thing. And it is a good thing. It's good to own stuff and that like that, I guess. But man, does it ever cost a lot of money when you have to repair something? Anyhow, Joe Walsh from the Eagles. Here's a guy who had a pretty good solo career with the James Gang and everything, and then gets asked to join the Eagles. Maybe pretty good decision, I would think. Pretty good career decision to join an up and coming band that's going places and became one of the biggest bands in the world. Amazing how some acts it doesn't take a lot of albums. Like really the Eagles, there's a lot of early albums for the Eagles, a lot of great songs, but it was that really blockbuster Hotel California album that kind of blew it wide open for them, and yeah, that was right around the time where Joe was in the band. So good on him. Little tidbit though, I played Life's Been Good, which is a Joe song, obviously, that the Eagles did play. I saw the Eagles. I saw the I guess it was the Hell Freezes Over tour. C&E Stadium. Sheryl Crow opened. No one really knew who Sheryl Crow was, which was interesting. She's now in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame too. I'm not going to say much about that one, but yeah, saw them and play Hell Freezes Over. Played a lot of Joe Walsh, a lot of Glenn Frey, and a lot of Don Henley songs too. So it was kind of a big package that they did out there. A lot of egos in the Eagles, if you know what I mean. Like they had to play their own stuff. They should have just stuck with all the Eagles songs, anyways. But Joe is a character. Joe is amazing. Joe had some rough times. There's some interviews on YouTube. You should just pull up and watch where the guy is just pretty much blotto. and he's in these interviews. It's pretty funny, and he's he is what he is. Joe Walsh is what he is, and he's first things first. We talk about on my show here. Amazing guitar player. This is a guy who had his his crazy times and everything, but when it came down to just basically putting the song together and putting the solo together, having the style and everything. Watch him when he's not doing his own stuff. Like watch him when he's doing. There's this great clip of him at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame playing a George Harrison song, playing "Nowhere Man," I believe it was, and you see him play a Beatles song, and see the respect that he had for George Harrison and playing that note for note cleanly, with the right guitar. He's got the right tone and everything else. Joe has a million guitars, and I saw the Eagles live on the tour without Glenn Frey after Glenn Frey passed away, and guitar changes, man. There was like 60 guitar changes in the show. Like there's big tents on either side of the stage just filled with guitars, and everyone's changing guitars. Bass player, You know, after every song, there'd be like a lineup of roadies that walked up the stairs with guitars and took off this one. You know, it was interesting. Interesting. This guitar is doing some interesting things today. Anyhow, happy birthday, Joe Walsh, 76 years old. Hey, and it brings up another topic. These guys are getting up there, still touring, doing things. I bought tickets to the Sammy Hagar Van Halen tribute. Maybe I would just save this for another show, but let's talk about it for a second here since it came up. Um, so Sammy Hagar is taking out basically his old, bits and pieces of his old band and Chickenfoot and that kind of thing. So he's got Satriani on guitar, he's got Michael Anthony on bass, and Jason Bonham on drums, and they're going out. I think they have a keyboard player too with them, and they're going out as kind of a basically without really going out and saying it. It's a Van Halen tribute. Um, to all the songs that Sammy sang in Van Halen, because that's valid stuff. I don't know. I don't care about this big division or this polar opposite of I like Dave, I don't like Sammy. I like Sammy. I don't like Dave. I don't care what anyone says. I've said it on this show before. It's all Ed. It's all Eddie. I love every facet of Eddie Van Halen's guitar playing. If you haven't noticed already, um, the rawness of the first album, the slowly maturity of Fair Warning, where he's starting to do more overdubs and layering stuff, and then the metamorphosis of 5150 when they tune back to 440, because they've got dare I say it, a singer who can sing in 440, and then just the growth of maturity of from 5150 on, and how the guitar sound evolved. A lot of people don't like the Eventide years, as we can call them, where he was using the micro pitch, which once it became a pedal, I bought it and it's on my board. But it's just an evolution of a man who's just he's taken the guitar to the other level, in his own terms. Because I believe if you practice guitar and you play all the time. I played all the time through my high school years. I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't go out. I just played guitar. People who know me from those years know that's true. I think Eddie was beyond that. I think he just played guitar, and he got to the point, from playing live and that, where he's pushing the envelope of where the instrument's going. If you watch Rick Beato's Yngwie interview, he talks about how violin bowing and cello bowing is a 100-year-old technique. Our shred guitar technique is very new. It's really just from Hendrix on, right? When you think about bombastic, crazy guitar playing, Jeff Beck, Jimi Hendrix, Joe Perry, Jimmy Page, blah blah blah, all the way up to Eddie Van Halen. Van Halen comes about. Then a little bit of explosion happens because we found out we could do all this stuff on guitar. Then a little bit of explosion happens, and you get your George Lynch's, and your Yngwie Malmsteen comes on, goes to another level, and so on and so forth. So I think you're pushing the envelope, and he pushed the envelope to a point where he was just oh my God, I've never seen this before. And before Eddie died, there were people who didn't like him. There was people who did not like Eddie Van Halen. I knew people who said, Eddie Van Halen did a little bit over the top, but you can't you can't deny how amazing it is. So getting back to I got off. Hey, see what happens when I go off on a Van Halen topic? So Sammy's going out with Joe Satriani and playing Van Halen tunes from that era. Damn right I'm going. I mean, to see Joe Satriani playing stuff like Judgment Day and all those songs, and I don't care if you guys want to hear Somebody Get Me a Doctor, which you're probably not going to hear, but Mike is in the band. Michael Anthony is in the band, so you may hear some old stuff. I'm just I don't know. I haven't seen any set lists. I think they're still rehearsing. So I don't know. You're probably going to hear Right Now and all the best of the 5150 and on Onward, Balance, for an Awful Color, Cardinal Knowledge, Oh 812, all those albums. I love those songs. There's nothing like. I talk about this when Eddie passed away. Sirius had a Van Halen channel for about 2 weeks. After that, it should have been longer, but it's nothing like jumping in your car, starting it up, and hearing Judgment Day starting. Or Mine Oh Mine. Mine Oh Mine. There's another incredible Sammy song that doesn't get the recognition it should. Just a pile of songs that are just I think, going out on a limb here, just as good as the classic Dave songs, and we get to see them live now. So there's their old guys. The reason why I brought that up is Sammy Hagar is 76 and Joe Walsh is 76, and I get it. They got lots of money. They can live pretty clean. They can live as their vegetarian lives or whatever they want to do. Have personal trainers, have nutritionalists to help them through their day and everything else, and aches and pains and that. And they probably have top-notch doctors. But who cares? We're gonna go out and see them play, and hopefully they can get up on stage for a little bit longer. No word of a lie, I'm worried about Sammy, so that's why I'm going to go see Sammy sing, because Sammy is a great singer, and I think it's going to be an amazing show. Joe Satriani, I've seen him twice now, I think. I don't know, can't remember. Twice he's seen him in his solo stuff, and Joe's phenomenal. Joe's not, even though it's funny, you might find this funny if you hear me say this, but I don't think he's ultra flashy. I think he's a complete technical wizard, and just has a different style. You're not going to see him running around the stage like Yngwie or jumping scissor leg jumps like Eddie. But you're going to see some pretty incredible guitar playing. Jason Bonham on drums. Forget about it, man. Anyhow, we're here to talk about Joe Walsh, and the show's almost over. But anyhow, everybody out there, have a great time in November. December is right around the corner. Get out there and see some gigs. Get out and see lots of great bands out there playing, guys. Tribute bands galore. Go see a tribute band. Go see a band that just plays classic arena rock tunes like Bridge on Fire does. And Threesome. Threesome's coming up. Threesome's coming up on December 1st in Brantford. Look for it if you're in town. It's basically a diet version of Bridge on Fire. Anyhow, have a good one. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy. Put those snow tires on. See ya. Bye-bye.